Yes, Governor Fayemi spoke on behalf of all the governors in Nigeria. Remember, he is the chairman of the Governors Forum in Nigeria, and he has actually been talking about the NSAS protest, and I've actually supported the youth. But really, he said something that I don't know if Nigerian youth will actually accept this because, of course, he has actually just celebrated his second year anniversary as the governor of Ekiti State. And while he was there with, celebrating and having his Thanksgiving, he actually said some things to the youth protesters in Nigeria. And more details will come to you shortly. But before then, please, if you have not subscribed, ensure you hit the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get notified anytime we drop a new video. Okay, guys, let us dive right into the details of this report as it says governors concerned about disaffection, anger in Nigeria. Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State said yesterday that he and his colleagues in the Nigerian Governors Forum were concerned about discontent, hunger, and anger in the country and would be ready to work with other stakeholders to find a lasting solution. Governor Fayemi, who is the Nigerian Governors Forum chairman, said the raging nationwide NSAS protest resulted from years of pent-up emotion, anger, and hunger in the land, adding that the governors are committed to larger reform of the polity, not only much-touted police reform. The governor spoke on Sunday at a special Thanksgiving Mass held at St. Patrick's Catholic Cathedral, Old Garage, Ado-Ekiti, as part of activities to mark the second anniversary of his administration in office. Dr. Fayemi said he understood the frustration of young Nigerian citizens who had taken to the streets for the past 1 week, noting that he had used his younger years to participate in similar protests against bad governance, especially military dictatorship. He lent his voice to the view of the Catholic Bishop of Ekiti Diocese, the Most Reverend Felix Ajakaye, who had called for an immediate suspension of the nationwide protest for the authorities to act on the protesters' demand. The service was attended by Ondo State Governor Mr. Olurotimi Akeredolu, Ekiti State Deputy Governor Otumba Bisi Egbeyemi, Ondo State Deputy Governor-elect Mr. Lucky Eyidatiwa, Ekiti State First Lady Erelu Bisi Fayemi, former Ekiti State Governor, and now Ministers of Trade, Industries and Investments Otumba Niyi Adebayo, Ekiti State former Deputy Governor Chief Paul Alabi, and others who were there at the celebration. State lawmakers, traditional rulers, Bishop Emeritus of Ekiti, Olatunji Fagun, leaders of other communities and leaders, amongst others. Dr. Fayemi, who described himself as a product of God's mercy, sought for forgiveness from those who he might have offended in the discharge of his duty as the state's chief executive. According to him, he had sworn to an oath to do what is just and fair, noting that his actions so far in the office were based on fairness and justice. Speaking on the state of nation, Dr. Fayemi said there is a lot of anger in the land, there is a lot of hunger in the land, pent-up emotion, there is disillusion in the land. As a young man who spent much time in the barricade protesting bad governance, I can understand what is going on now. I and my colleagues are concerned and we are committed to reform, not just about SARS, but because we will be making a mistake that the general disaffection in the land is all about SARS. Like your lordship, the bishop has said, the government should be allowed to address the problem that have cropped up. The governor said he would always be thankful to God for giving him the grace to serve Ekiti people again, saying he sees himself as an instrument in God's hands and sees the governorship seat as a missionary work. He added, if I had gotten my second term normally, I would have ceased being governor now, and I know I wouldn't have been Nigerian Governors Forum chairman now. God has a purpose in our lives. Speaking on the wave of protest rocking the country and alleged police brutality in his sermon, Bishop Ajakaye called for an immediate end to the protest to allow the authorities to implement police reform. The cleric also urged the federal government to address the grievances of Nigerians on the state of the nation insecurity, insurgency, and hardship being faced in the country. As the Ekiti State Security Network Amotekun is launched on Monday, Bishop Ajakaye admonished his operatives to be apolitical and work with integrity and fear of God. He further called for a synergy between security agencies in Ekiti, including the Amotekun operatives, to make the state safe for everybody to live in. He said the federal government should also listen to the grievances of the people, not on NSAS, but on terrorism and other things that are wrong in our country. NSAS protests should end leaders' indifference to people's life, bad governance, insecurity, distrust, and hunger. This is hunger and anger in the land, and the government should act promptly. The protesters should suspend their protest immediately because if it continues, it may be counterproductive. We have those among them who are using the protest to protect their criminal activity. The bishop further charged Governor Fayemi to use the remaining 2 years in office to build worthy legacies for the benefit of the people. The cleric also joined the governor to use the opportunity to his midterm to re-strategize and execute more people-oriented policies and projects since time awaits no man. He also said, however, told the congregation that he had carried out an independent investigation on one of the ongoing signature projects being executed in the state, and World Bank attested to the governor's accountability and integrity in governance. He said, I have gone round to see your project, and I went to see the massive water corporation building along Iworoko Road, and I called a top World Bank officer to tell him what I saw. The officer told me, what do I expect? He told me that the governor is accountable. These are the kind of people that young Nigerians are looking for, not people that will just come out and, just because of the kind of money they want to embezzle and, they want to be in government offices. But really, these are the kind of governor, because Kayode Fayemi is one governor in Nigeria that is really very presentable and accountable when it comes to governance. And I wish him well in his continued administration as the governor of Ekiti State, but I still believe they can do better and reform Nigeria. So guys, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to drop your comment and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.